All right, brother, hold up. It's the man, the knowledge coming at your way. Check it in. Check it out. Peace. So I gotta ask you brothers a question, man, because I know I don't do NFL videos a lot. Because once again, I'm not that much of a big of an NFL fan like that. But I do appreciate the game, and I really enjoy watching a little bit of it when I can. The question is, who's the better quarterback to you guys, man? Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees? Go ahead and put your comment down and watch the video, and I'll explain who I think is better, and I'll dive into this topic on Get Up, and we'll see how they feel. All right? Check it out.
Meanwhile, D. Wood, Aaron Rodgers against Drew Brees. Great matchup. Who you got?
Oh, I got Aaron Rodgers. It seems like we're now seeing the Aaron Rodgers of old, the guy who's pinpoint accurate inside the pocket and making magical plays outside the pocket. And Aaron...
Hey, man. Regardless of whoever y'all think is, first of all, let's go ahead and take time out and put some respect on Aaron Rodgers' name, all right? Let's go ahead and do that. First things first, the brother is magical. Real talk. Dude out there on that field, man. Yo, you can say whatever you want to say about Mr. Hot Rod. The Green Bay Packers is one of the main reasons why he probably won't get much as credit as he deserves, even when because he's gonna go down in the books as a legend. You say what you want to say, as a QB legend. He's gonna go down. One of the best players of all time, but I think his ranking will have to be real low. I think he'll be something similar to what LeBron will be. Aaron Rodgers is like the LeBron of the NFL. I say that for a reason, and now look, a lot of cats been saying that same thing, man. It's true though. All right, but anyway,
Aaron Rodgers
and Green Bay Packers also, they still treating Aaron Rodgers like shit. Right now, the Green Bay Packers are what, 2-0, and they treating this nigga like shit still, bro. Won't give him no offensive weapons. Won't let him play his style, his ball. That's why the guy had to get rid of Mike McCarthy, fat ass. But anyway.
Admitted that mentally he's just in a different place, and playing in this second year.
Facts.
This system in the second year under Matt LaFleur, you can just see him flourishing in this system now, and he's just playing loose and fast.
No question. He has been great. That's been one of the big stories. The struggles, meanwhile, of Drew Brees to throw the ball down the field has been another. You see the average yards in the air stat there.
All right, fewest average yards in the first two games since 2006. Brett Favre was in 2009. Drew Brees, 2020. Derek Carr in 2017. Joe Flacco, 2018. Now, I want you to pay close attention to them numbers, man. I want some low down stats for the first two games. But I know a lot of you Saints fans are gonna say, "Oh well, don't worry about it. Drew Brees, he's just aging, or it's just his first two games, and kind of gotta get the feel because of the corona, all this old other shit." The corona been going on since 2017 in New Orleans, then, because when y'all played the Vikings, and then you played, and you played Rams. What did you have to say about that? But anyway.
He's the lowest since Brett Favre in 2009.
Damn.
So he says he doesn't pay.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Did y'all see that? Yeah, damn.
To the stat, fair enough. But the eye test will tell you some things and everything else. And Lewis, you had an up-close look at it on Monday night during the game. What do you see from Drew Brees right now, and is some of this concern legitimate?
Yeah, I'll start with the latter. Some of the concern is legitimate because, look, once quarterbacks and any player obviously gets 40-plus years old, there's going to be some natural deterioration in your physical skills, and you're just not going to be able to do the things that you used to, and your margin for error starts to decrease. And I think Drew's margin for error is starting to decrease. He needs to be... Of course.
But I think that it's been that way for a very long time. I think you can say it's been like that for the past 2 years, man. Or you could arguably say 3. But the Saints have always been a solid team, just like Seattle Seahawks. They've always been a legitimate, solid team. Probably going to always be. As long as they run that system right, as long as they got Sean Payton under their name at least. But after that, for the most part, I don't know, man. I don't know what the future holds. I really can't say. Mighty afraid Drew Brees probably will never get another ring. Now, I'm not saying that, but I also don't think Aaron Rodgers possibility he will never get another ring. I think both of these cats, man, as we speak, going to have to end their careers, 1 ring. But shit, I'd rather Indy don't want than none at all, you know? So, whatever.
To be able to step into his throws. He needs to be able to execute with perfect mechanics in order to push the ball to all areas of the field that he needs to push the ball to. And on Monday night,
Oh, hold on now. I don't know if y'all gonna agree with me with this, but look, Drew Brees has perfect mechanics. He just ain't been having perfect mechanics so far.
saw when he isn't.
But he's just saying, but he just speaking off his perspective, and saying, yeah, Drew Brees, this is what Drew Brees has to do. Because right now I don't like you doing shit. But anyway.
Able to do that, and there's pressure in his face. Obviously, I think some velocity comes off of the football, and then it's off target. And then, what happens is the offense starts to bog down. Now, on top of it, Michael Thomas wasn't in that football game. We know how important he is to that offense, given the percentage of production that he is responsible for.
And look, I didn't watch the game Monday night, but I knew Saints and Raiders played. Drew Brees, let's read the caption. Drew Brees says, remains confident after Monday's loss, and this is what he says in quotation, quote unquote, I feel good, borderline great. Says he isn't concerned about many statistics, including air yards per attempt. But yeah, once again, look at them stats so far. Borderline great means you're half great. So we'll see. We'll see if Drew Brees can capitalize and regroup. Because whether you like it or not, man, look, I'm gonna say this also. Drew Brees is going down in history, man. It's one of the greatest quarterbacks the NFL the organization has ever seen.
And so before we start putting dirt on Drew Brees, we need to see him with Michael Thomas and see them put together a few games before we start making that determination. But I think right now, there's no doubt that they're sputtering. They're 1-1. Sean Payton has said the first month of this season is going to be like training camp, more so this year than any year for everyone. So I think we have to kind of like pump the brakes a little.
Is that an excuse because you feel like you ain't gonna get a championship?
A little bit as far as saying that Drew is done or that he's hitting the wall. But if this kind of performance continues, then those conversations are going to have to come up because the statistics are what they are. He has been.
Nah, he ain't hit the wall yet. Right now, he just laying on it. Keep watching.
Throwing the ball shorter and shorter and shorter over the past, say, 3 to 4 years.
Exactly.
To creep closer and closer to him and his wide receivers as a result. And that's something that they're aware of and something that they're trying to correct.
Yeah, and it's an issue, no matter how you slice it. Dominique Foxworth, again, you were a corner. You know all about that. What are you seeing in Drew Brees right now, and how much of this concern, let's call it, is warranted in your mind?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, I think the concern is absolutely warranted, and I understand that Coach Payton was kind of tempering expectations by saying it's going to be like preseason, but if there's any team in this league that should have come into this season hitting on all cylinders, it's this team. They have a ton of continuity, and they have a veteran quarterback. But the thing that I find most interesting is the
Sounds like Sean Payton just ain't confident in his team. Right.
way that Drew is talking now. Before the season started, I remember he had quotes of saying he was going to let it all hang out and kind of sounding like a gunslinger. And now his quotes kind of make him sound more like a game manager. And maybe that's what he is at this point in his career, which is fine. He can be a game manager and then use those kind of that experience and those skills to close out games, but manage up until that fourth quarter. But right now, there's the quote that he had at the beginning of the season where we thought.
This is what Drew Brees said. At this time, I'm on borrowed time. I've got nothing to lose. I'm turning it loose. I don't see him in the league for another good year or two.
He was going to be there. It is turning it loose. It don't feel like turning it loose when you're throwing it 4 yards in attempts.
Right, so what does that tell you? Again, that's Cat Terrell, who covers the Saints, and posted that he had said, I've got nothing to lose because he's on borrowed time. I'm turning it loose. If that's the mentality, if that's what he wants to do when it isn't happening, Damian, I'll turn to you on this one. What does that mean? If that's what he wants to do, but they're not doing it, what does that tell you?
Well, listen, I think, number one, I think Lewis is right. We do need to pump the brakes a little bit. But when you're not seeing it consistently, this is not new just this year. We saw it towards the end of 2019, where the ball wasn't being pushed down the field, and it just seemed like all his passes became shorter and shorter and shorter. If you can't
Told you.
threaten the defense on all three levels, guess what? The defense is going to start playing you different. They're going to play you tighter, and it's going to make those throws that he likes to, make short. They're going to make them a lot harder, regardless if you have Michael Thomas or not on the field. So they have to find a way to whether schematically or something to have more explosive plays down the field to expand the Saints offense.
Yes, we've seen some of that at the ends of recent seasons. Right. To see it at the beginning is a different level of concern. And Nick, I'll go back to you again. You just showed us the quote. His intention is to let it all loose. The fact that they're not doing it, and again, it's only 2 games, what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right in saying that it's only 2 games, and Lewis is right and pump the brakes and all that stuff. But this is football. There's only 16 games, and if you don't get it together fast in football, it's not a long baseball season. It's not a long basketball season. You don't. All the teams don't get into the playoffs. This team is loaded. They have no weaknesses to speak of on their roster, especially when they get Michael Thomas back from injury. So, and especially in this new playoff format where only one team on either side gets a bye. When you have an aging quarterback and a team like they have in New Orleans, I really feel like each week really matters. They need to win these games, especially against the teams that they should have beaten. And that's what happened last week against the Raiders. They lost the game to a team they should have beaten. And it's going to happen.
Exactly. Who the hell are the Raiders?
To a lot of other teams throughout the course of this year. So I think that the Saints don't have the luxury to be able to drop very many more games that they expect to be in Tampa for the Super Bowl at the end of the year.
Right.
This week as they go head-to-head with Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay, who are off to an...
And I can see Aaron Rodgers tan that. Wait, just the man of knowledge. Anyway, fuck it. Go ahead and comment down below. Tell me what your thoughts. What the hell is wrong with Drew Brees? Who's the better quarterback between Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees? Me personally, I'm gonna say Aaron Rodgers because of the clutchness. I think he's more clutch. Look, that's what the comment section for. You don't agree? Just put your thought down below. But anyway, share, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out, man. Shout out to all my new subscribers, by the way. Peace.